So the left have gone crazy with Trump's win, and they're sharing some crazy stuff online. I want to gonna go through a bit and discuss. Now, first of all, I want to say that I'm not the biggest fan of Trump. I think he says some crazy stuff, but I don't think he actually means a lot of what he says. It can be misinterpreted in a certain way. And I totally, completely understand why people voted for Trump. And also, if you're shocked by Trump's winning, I'm going to make a suggestion at the end for you. But I want to go through what people are kind of going through. It seems like a lot are in anger mode. A lot are in vengeance mode from the left. Um, people are like, fuck Latinos and Arabs. They're excited. Hope you all get deported and banned. It's interesting how the left, which have accused Trump of racism, are now being racist. Really interesting. My analysis of the voting so far. So everyone that voted for Trump is dumb fuckistan. And I've seen this a lot, like even on, this is not the fringe analysis of why people voted for Trump. A lot of people on CNN, all the established media, it's very weird seeing them say that the reason why Trump got elected was because people are racist and sexist and dumb. They're saying basically that the majority of Americans, some 70 million people, are just racist, sexist. And there's no other explanation to that. Now, is there racism in Trump supporters? Some for sure will be racist. And it seems like some in the left are racist too. Whatever party you're going to belong to, there's going to be some racists in there for sure. But to say all of them are racist and that's why they voted for Trump is crazy. And also, you're basing everything on some assumptions that you've made. And what this is doing is pushing people away from having discussions. They're basically saying, I don't want to talk to you, you're racist, you're sexist, instead of trying to understand why did people vote for Trump. Because if you don't understand why people voted for Trump, same thing's going to happen in 2028. I'll go through some more. This is another one that I'm seeing actually is the 4B movement that women are going for, which is, I've seen some trends in my life, but this has got to be the weirdest trend I've ever seen. The 4B movement is saying basically I as a woman will not marry men, have sex with men, bear their children, and there was something else. And it's basically as a punishment to men for voting Trump. This obviously, I don't know what they're trying to achieve. They're trying to, I guess, punish men because what they're feeling is I guess, hate and anger. More anger than hate. It's just anger. And they want to kind of like put it on someone else. And they feel like, okay, well, I'm going to punish the men that voted for Trump. Instead of trying to understand why people voted for Trump. This whole idea of women losing their rights is very interesting. And I'm wondering there's two interesting things that I think the left have taken on board that's causing them to be very shocked that people have voted for Trump. Number one, that Trump is a fascist Hitler. And number two, that they're going to be taking women's rights. And so there's a lot of women coming online and saying, my grandma had more rights than I'm going to have. The Hitler thing is just so insane. Trump was in power in 2016. Hitler, the reason why Hitler is bad and is evil is because he killed millions. He invaded a lot of countries and he took the rights of many, many, many people. Trump did not do any of those things when he was in power. Now, there are some things that Trump says maybe, can be associated with something inappropriate, but let's look at what he's actually done. And he hasn't done the things that Hitler has done. So when people say that, Trump is the new Hitler, a lot of people are like, you guys are silly. Like, it's a silly thing to say. It's very unrealistic. And the fact that you keep on repeating it, the Democratic Party keep on repeating it, just shows how detached you are from what other people are seeing because they don't see what you're describing. And then going back to the women's right, Trump didn't say that he's going to make it illegal to have abortion. And I think that's what most people are concerned with. He said he's going to leave it to the states to decide whether they want to, ban or constrict abortion to a certain level. I think that's the concern, but we don't know what he's actually going to do. And it seems like he did confirm that he's not going to ban it. I don't know what else they are particularly concerned about and are certain are going to happen. But for any of the left, I think that's the reason why they're kind of very angry, is because they feel like, how did people vote for someone who in their mind is Hitler, and second is going to ban abortions? And so they're seeing the other side as the enemy. And what's happening is that it's causing them to not want to speak to the other side, which is a big, huge mistake. If you are shocked by the result, and to be honest with you, I was at all not shocked by the result, because it was just clear that people have had enough of the establishment, of the illegal immigration in the tens of millions. You can look at the data; it's there. It's provided by the government. They're tired of the foreign wars that the U.S. is paying for. They're tired of getting to the end of the month with very little money to show for because of the costs and because their salaries are not matching to the hard work that they're putting in. They're tired of the identity politics. I want to go back to family and faith values. This is what people voted for with Trump. And lastly, actually, they're tired of government censorship, which is clear that this is happening. People are being censored on what they can say and what they can share to protect other people's feelings, which is a problem because, it's once you get into censorship, the power that person has that's able to censor information is too big to be given to the government. And two, the government's starting to censor information that it is labeling as misinformation when in fact it is factual, but it is doing that because it's damaging to the Democratic Party. We saw that with the Twitter files that Elon Musk shared that showed the government asking these websites, social platforms to either delete or reduce the exposure of this information that they don't like, basically. This is a dangerous road because it can lead to crazy stuff where people are being fed, and instead of being informed about what is actually happening, they're being told about how and what they should think. People see that as tyranny. And to them, that is extremely important. And they're willing to take on someone like Trump, who has a lot of imperfections and they don't agree with everything that he says. But they feel like he is a better choice than Kamala, who is part of the establishment, who they associate with corruption. And so if you are shocked, this tells me that you live in a bubble and you need to speak to people outside of your circle to understand why they voted for Trump. This whole idea that they're just sexist, racist, and it's actually being shown by the established media that's their analysis. Another analysis they were showing was that it's due to luck. Just madness. Actually be honest about why people vote for Trump. Try to find out. Don't block people for voting for something that you disagree with. That's democracy.